Hey, what's up guys? This is Google's latest Pixel 5. It just came out. It's the first Pixel to be a 5G phone. We're going to unbox this and use it a little bit, and I'm also going to compare it to my Pixel 4 XL, just so you guys see a difference. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing. So this thing retails for $699 in the US, and it is 128 gigabyte storage. So there's literally only one option in terms of storage and price, but you actually get two different colors. So here it is. This is the Sorta Sage color. So actually looks pretty cool. It's supposed to be an aluminum case. Very small in size, so we could look at the Pixel 4 XL. So this is actually a 6-inch screen, and it hardly has any bezels. It's basically supposed to be bezel-less, but you could see that, yeah, it's much smaller. It's obviously not as tall and not as wide. About the same depth, but yeah, much smaller phone compared to the Pixel 4 XL. So that is nice. That's a super clean phone. They went with the two cameras, so now it has the ultra wide camera instead of last year's they had the telephoto camera on the Pixel 4 and the Pixel 4 XL. So this time they went ultra wide. So let's put this to the side for a second and let's see what else this thing comes with. So some instructions and stuff. This is for the SIM card remover, so obviously just take this part out, and the SIM card is right here. So you would just basically push this in and remove that and pop your SIM card in there, and you're good to go. So other than that, yeah, just regular Google stuff. USB-C to USB-C. USB-C is awesome. A lot of things use it. That's one complaint I have about the iPhone 12. It still uses Lightning, and it comes with the USB-C to Lightning cable. But this thing, it's USB-C to USB-C. They even have a USB-A to USB-C converter. So if you have like other cables and stuff, you could use that. And this is a USB-C wall charger. So it also comes with a wall charger, something that new iPhone doesn't come with for environmental purposes, is what they're saying, which makes sense. But yeah, so this thing also comes with the adapter. So that's pretty much it in the box. So let's actually turn this thing on and see what it looks like. So this is the only part that is obviously just a little camera, but other than that, it's pretty much super thin bezels. Whereas the Pixel 4, obviously, you know, this goes a little bit lower on the bottom, and it goes a little bit, well, I mean, there's definitely a bezel here. But the Pixel 4 XL, so the Pixel 4 XL came out for $1,000. This is the $1,000 one, where it's the 128 gig, and this is the XL version, obviously. And you know, this thing has the radar thing in there, so you can actually like move songs with your phone. There's a Pikachu background where you can wave, and then it says hi and stuff to you. In fact, maybe I should just like set that up. Yeah, so this was the thing last year with the Pixel 4. Like if you wave, I don't know why it's not working right now, but typically if you wave, it's supposed to wave back. It kind of works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, you can like change songs and all this stuff. So they pretty much got rid of that to lower the price. They were mainly going for lowering the price on the Pixel. And obviously they also added 5G to this thing. So while this thing's getting ready, I'll unbox the Pixel Buds, which is the Quite Mint color. This also comes with a USB-A to USB-C cable. And instruction manuals. Okay. And these are the different types of earplugs you could go in. I really just want to see how close or how far the colors are from each other. So I have the white versions of these and wanted to get the green one. It's a little different in color, but it's not that bad. It's fairly close. Actually, it's a little close. It was closer than I was expecting it to be in color. Plus, with the Pixel 5, you can actually charge. You can do reverse wireless charging. So I could actually put the Pixel Buds case on this, like this, and I'll actually charge this, which we'll play with that. Okay, so now that the phone's set up, you know, there's two ways of unlocking it. So I could unlock it like that, or I can, without touching anything, if I just touch this on my fingerprint, and it unlocks automatically. So they kind of went back to how the Pixel 3 was and the Pixels before it. So the Pixel 4 is actually Face ID, which I really like. The only thing that's kind of bad about Face ID is during COVID, if you're wearing a mask, it doesn't work well, obviously. It doesn't work if you have a mask on, but any other time, Face Unlock is amazing, and I love it. I kind of wish they had Face Unlock on this also, but I think they were just trying to make this phone as inexpensive as possible. That's why, you know, they were starting out with a $700 price tag. So other than that, let's do some speed tests and see how fast 5G is. So I'm on T-Mobile's 5G. Okay, so I'm getting some pretty good speeds. And this is late at night, so that's why during the day it doesn't actually go that fast. Okay, so 156 down. Let's try it on LTE device again on T-Mobile. Alright, just kidding guys, I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm like, why is this so fast? Reload. Run. Okay, LTE is pretty fast right now too, but again, 5G is faster. But this is very impressive for LTE. This has a bigger battery at 4080 milliamps versus this one has the 3700 milliamp battery. This one has the cameras, they're both dual cameras, but this new one has the ultra wide instead of, this one has the telephoto lens and they put the ultra wide instead on the Pixel 5, and it's both has an IP rating of 68, so it's waterproof up to a certain point, meaning don't jump into the pool with it, but if some water splashes on it and stuff, it's totally gonna be fine. And it comes in two different colors, which is just black and Sorta Sage, and it has a proximity ambient light sensor, and yeah, so pretty cool. Very responsive is what I would expect. So here's the new ways of opening. So if you swipe up like that, you'll see all your apps. If you swipe up from the bottom and hold, you'll see the apps that are currently running, and you can obviously close them. These are, you swipe down from the top, these are your options and stuff, and you can add other things here as well. So if you want to add something here, all you have to do is just click on the little pen icon, and you're like, hey, I want to add hotspot to my list. So you just drag and drop, and boom, it's there. So, and you could also, at the same time, you can remove stuff too. If you want to go to your settings, here are your settings and stuff. So 113 gigs free, 11% used for the operating system, and a few other things. Comes at 74%. So it's 3/4 charged when it gets here. Okay, so let's do this one now.
I was somebody else. I go my own way. Don't care what you say. I do my own thing. I do my own thing. I go my own thing. I do my own thing. I do my own thing.
Okay, so this is definitely louder. The Pixel 4 XL is definitely louder than the Pixel 5 in terms of audio. Okay, so let's take some pictures between the two. Let's see how the pictures come out. We'll do one with light on, and we'll do one without the light. So I'm gonna bring my Gundam Seed Freedom, which I have to dust, obviously. So let's take a picture of this, and let's take a picture with the Pixel 4 XL, and let's see what it comes out. Because that's one of the good things about the Pixel, right? Where that was fast. I'll put those on the screen so you guys could see the difference. Now let's do one with night sight. Okay, lights are off. It is pretty dark in this room. It is pretty much just my monitor screen, and yeah, so you could see it's already lighting this up. So I'm gonna click on the night sight mode, and I'm gonna rest my hands so I could get a clear picture of this. Okay. Alright, that's super clean. That is amazingly good. Googles have always been good with the cameras. That's one of the main reasons for getting a Google. Alright, so this is my Tesla video that I explained the Tesla in less than 5 minutes, literally answering all the questions that most people have. But looking at the video quality, they're both pretty good. Obviously the screen on the Pixel XL is a little bit bigger. It's not using the full screen, you know, to fit it in, but it's still a little bit bigger, but they're both very clean. I can't really tell too much of a difference between the two in terms of screen quality. Okay, so I played with the phone and I figured out something that the Google Pixel 5 doesn't have, which is the squeeze the phone for Google Assistant. So if I squeeze it, I can ask Google Assistant to do things, and if it can do it, it will do it. Where the Pixel 5 doesn't have that. So there's this, I googled it, and there's this app called Side Squeeze Plus, which, you know, allows you to do that. So if you go inside this app, you can even do a double squeeze and a few other things, but it doesn't work super well. The cool thing is that, you know, it does let you not only do voice assistant, but you can squeeze the phone to do other things. I just picked voice assistant because I'm used to that, but it doesn't always work. Okay, it worked right now, but sometimes when you do it, see what I mean? Like, it doesn't always work. So I wish that they would just install that on the Pixel, keep that on the Pixel 5, but I don't know if it was a cutting cost thing. I don't know what the reason is, or it's like a battery thing that they don't want it always on to save battery life. I don't know what it is, but I wish it had that, because I actually use that a lot. And another cool thing is that this thing does have is, if you go to your battery settings, you can actually turn on battery share. So if you enable that, you can actually, it says stop sharing when the phone reaches 10% battery. But if you flip the phone, I can actually charge the Pixel Buds while which is pretty cool. So if I'm like charging the phone, I could just charge the Pixel Buds at the same time. Granted, I could just also charge the Pixel Buds, but that's cool. I wonder if it could charge another phone. I heard the noise. I think it is charging. Oh yeah. Okay, so it is charging. Let me put it like this. Yeah, so it's charging. I don't know how useful it is. It'll probably take forever to charge, but it is charging at a slow rate. But that's cool that it does that. I don't know if I'm ever going to use that feature, but it's cool to know that it does have that. But other than a few things, I guess I got to get used to the fingerprint scanner once again. And yeah, but it's very smooth. Camera looks good. 5G speeds are good. Price is great. Color is awesome. Yeah, if you want an Android phone for a good price, I think I think a Pixel 5 is the winner. I just wish it had this side squeeze thing, and I wish it had the face unlock. Those are really the two features that I miss from the Pixel 4. Other than that, I think this phone's amazing. And the cool thing about getting Pixels is, you always have the latest Android whenever it comes out. You're basically the first team to get it. And I'm pretty sure Google tests the Pixel the most when they're developing Android, because that's the phone they make. So they make the hardware and they make the software. So I think it's going to give you the best Android experience. So with that, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I have a whole bunch of new tech videos coming out. I'm going to compare the Pixel 5 with the iPhone 12 and, camera, 5G, speed test, all that other stuff. I have the iPhone 12 Pro, which I'm going to compare with the iPhone and all this other stuff. So I have a whole bunch of videos coming out and a whole bunch of other tech, routers, and a whole bunch of other tech coming out. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you to all my current subscribers.